So basically, he knows how to strategize on the board, fight on the mat, and completely ace his academic.
Enough hitting on you in that interview round or mock interview rounds that you get well equipped by going wrong. So it is not like a general BBA course.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Rodha podcast. I'm your host, Ekta, and my guest today isn't just your regular V School student. He's a state level chess player and an international level karate champion. So basically, he knows how to strategize on the board, fight on the mat, and completely ace his academics. So currently, he is in his first year of IPM program at IIM Amritsar, all the way from Rajkot, Gujarat. Please welcome Rishi. Hello, Rishi. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so Rishi, you are a chess player and a karate champion also. So these two are like very different things, right? Chess में आपको patience, like it teaches you patience basically, right? And karate तो बिल्कुल ही opposite हो गया, like aggression and maybe discipline. So which of these two mindsets helped you more while preparing for your IPMAT exams?
Correct. Thank you for the question. First of all, both of the sports were equally important to me, and I guess in the preparation journey, both sport play a role somewhere or the other. For example, during an exam, you need patience if you don't know an answer, and you need to also think about the planning of time, like you do in a chess when you are playing a timed game. Secondly, a karate mindset is useful in building discipline, in building the rigor required for one to practice daily 100 questions, 150 target questions for IPMAT, JIPMAT, or IIM Bangalore test.
Right. So, you mentioned that helped you a lot in your preparation journey, both the things,
Yes.
right? So,
Yes.
let's talk about your preparation journey then. Okay. So, tell me which was your weakest section uh, among all three subjects?
Among all three in IPMAT Indore, my weakest one was VARC, uh, verbal ability and reading comprehension.
Okay. VRC was your weakest. So, while you were
Yes.
preparing, usually ऐसा होता है कि जब students prepare कर रहे हैं, they tend to ignore a subject अगर उनको लगता है वो नहीं हो रहा है. Right. So you said VRC was your weakest section. तो जब आप prepare कर रहे थे क्या आपने भी same mistake करी थी, like ignoring the vocal section completely?
So, after my 12th boards, I had started giving mocks every day. And by the time I was giving mocks, I realized that this is my weakest section.
Okay.
And I tried to cover it with mocks. Slowly and steadily, my scores increased. So, yes, that was when I realized it. And I tried to work hard on it, dedicate it almost double time than I gave on my QA and DILR.
Okay. And so Rishi, when you say you spend double the time for VARC, so I would like to ask, like पूरे दिन में what was your routine? Like आपने कितना time जो है अपने preparation को दिया हुआ था?
So, one habit that really helped me during my preparation was every morning I used to write it down today's goals, what I have to complete by today. And that has to be done anyhow, wherever I have to go, whatever I have to do. So those were my goals, and I made sure that VARC was more on my to-do list for the day. And routine goes like first I used to switch in between so that I don't get too much loaded with one type of subject.
Okay. And you said कि आपका VRC score भी जो है वो marks देते देते increase हुआ है, right? So what happens is when someone is preparing ना, तो marks बहुत जल्दी से लोग नहीं देते हैं. Students prefer करते हैं कि वो maybe delay करते हैं उस पे कि बाद में देंगे, right? So do you think that's a mistake?
Yes, that is a mistake because as the better it is if you start early giving mocks because there are plenty of mocks available. in Rodha IPMAT platform. The number of other free mocks are available online. So resources are not a constraint, but the mindset that what if I score only 50 or what if I score less, that is a problem. So I see that it is very necessary to stimulate ourselves early on to sit on that exam for that particular time, giving continuous efforts in that exam. So that should be a daily habit and start as early as possible.
Okay, when did you start giving the marks? Like which ones?
I started around after my 12th boards were over. So around March, mid March, I started.
You started giving marks in mid-March. Okay.
Mid March, yes.
Okay. So, Rishi, one thing also happens like when you're giving the marks now, sometimes you score very well, but
Yes.
maybe on some days your score dip down, right?
Hmm.
तो आपके साथ भी I think ऐसा हुआ होगा. So, like let's suppose if you scored very good today and कल आपका score dip down हो जाता है. तो what was your strategy to improve the scores again? And कैसे आप mock को analyze कर रहे थे? वो सब थोड़ा सा बताओ.
Okay. So there are ups and downs when you give mocks, and not small, a lot. Sometimes you score only 10 in quants, and sometimes you score 50. That is completely fine. But the after process or the aftermath of giving mocks is very important. So what I used to do was after completing mocks, I used to take a rest of maybe 10 or 15 minutes, then come back to it again, review all the questions that went wrong, and also the questions where I was not sure about the logic, or maybe the I was confused between the options. Though I get it right, I even review those, that what should be the correct logic, or what should be the fastest way to solve the question. Then I used to come to the wrong questions. I had a separate notebook for it. I write all my wrong questions along with the question options and methodology. This is a time consuming process, but at the end, during your exam, it helps you to get whatever the different types of questions that you go wrong in.
Okay. And I think no matter how many marks you give, exam, like the actual exam day hits you differently, right?
Yes.
तो जब you mentioned मार्च से ही आपने marks देना start कर दिया था, so I'm assuming आपकी practice काफी हो गई थी, but still,
Yes.
क्या आप exam day पे nervous थे?
Yes, I was, and mostly as in when I entered the exam center,
Mhm.
I saw around people. There were a lot, and because it was for the first time I was giving, so it becomes a bit overwhelming when you see a lot of people discussing and giving exams.
Hmm.
And I guess everyone was nervous that day. So, but taking that nervousness down, sitting 5-10 minutes on the exam desk, calming yourself down, that helped me a lot.
Okay. And what was your strategy for the exam?
So exam strategy was first of course I completed my quants as soon as possible, because took less time where I was confident. For exam in quants, I didn't take much time where I was confident enough. And also one important thing I used to do before every exam was I used to just go early in the exam center and
Mhm.
sit there at least 10 minutes or 5 minutes, with whatever possible, with my eyes closed, or trying to focus and calming myself down. Some it helped me some ways dealing with difficult questions.
So, Rishi, what was your score in your IPMAT exam?
So my score in IPMAT Indore was 167, where the breakup was 48, 40, and 80.
ओके एंड इस स्कोर पे आपको कौन-कौन से कॉलेजेस से कॉल आए थे पन्यास?
At this score, I got a call from IIM Bodhgaya, Jammu, NMIMS Nirma, and IIM Bangalore's BBA TB program.
Okay, and were there any gender diversity points also?
So in Amritsar, yes, there are 5 points for gender diversity.
Okay. And you said कि आपको बोधगया वगैरह से भी कॉल आया था, right? And Bodhgaya and
Yes.
Jammu and all that. So between Bodhgaya and Amritsar, why did you choose Amritsar?
So Amritsar, because I firstly I didn't want to do a very generalistic BBA program, and I wanted to leverage my strength in mathematics and in quants and the logical reasoning part.
Okay.
So and also I was interested in finance. So yes, that all the factors were there in choosing IIM Amritsar.
Okay, and you gave IPMAT exam, so उसके अलावा और भी कोई exams आपने दिए थे?
Yes, for I gave IPMAT Indore, IPMAT Rohtak, JIPMAT, NPAT, and I also applied to IIM Bangalore's BBA DB online program.
Okay.
And for my backup, I had Nirma University in Ahmedabad.
Okay. Okay. So जब भी आपको एग्जाम देने जाते हो ना, like for example, for let's take for IPMAT. So IPMAT के लिए I think IIM Indore is the dream college for everyone. Was it the
Yes.
same for you? And when you gave the IPMAT Indore exam, so उसके like exam के just बाद में uh, were you satisfied कि exam बहुत अच्छा हुआ है? I might get a call.
So yes, IIM Indore was also my dream college, as of everyone's. But talking about after giving an exam, I was not completely satisfied that yet this was my best performance. There were mainly two reasons. I was after practicing so much also, I was a bit nervous on the exam day, especially when you get the time pressure at the end of VARC section. And the second factor was that VARC somewhere I was fumbling between the options. There were very close options. So so yes, I was not completely satisfied after the exam.
Okay, and when one exam goes like wrong maybe, तो नेक्स्ट एग्जाम के लिए ना अपने आप ही आई थिंक थोड़ा सा कॉन्फिडेंस लो हो जाता है. सो डिड
Yes,
दैट
yes.
हैपन विद यू?
ये एक अगर एक एग्जाम गलत हो जाए, एक प्रेशर बिल्डअप हो जाता है कि ओके दैट
करेक्ट.
वेंट रॉन्ग, नाउ you have to crack this one, or else you are again stuck
नहीं
here,
हो
or
पाएगा
you have
या.
to might take a drop here. So uh, again I used to play a sport in between. Maybe I don't give much time, like an hour or two maybe, and it relaxes you. So every day after an exam, also during that exam times also, I tried to play at least an hour or go for a run, so that you it does not build up the pressure or the weight of an exam going wrong.
Understood. So basically, to release the pressure, you can do what you like to do. Right.
Yes, yes,
Okay. So you gave other exams also, as you mentioned. So let's talk about IIM Rohtak here a bit. So आपने I think IIM Rohtak का आपने personal interview भी दिया था, right? So
yes, yes,
in interviews, interviews generally ask you कि आपका favorite subject कौन सा है, and maybe they talk about that
yes,
a bit. ठीक है, but other than that आपके प्रोफाइल में और भी चीजें हैं, for example like chess and karate related. So जब
yes.
आप इंटरव्यू के लिए गए थे for रोहतक, how was it? What did they ask?
Okay. So as soon as I entered the interview room,
Mhm.
we had to take our file of certificates and file of results of 12th. So 10th and 12th both. So as soon as I gave my file and introduced myself, the interviewers were going through my file. The first question they asked was, they were very shocked at my karate certificate. So they asked like, did you participate in an international competition? I said yes. And then the follow-up question was, what countries were there? Then they went through my academics. In my 10th and 12th, they saw a 99 in mathematics. So the sir immediately started asking me math questions, and not very easy ones. For example, I'll remember this question throughout that how there were a lot of practical applications math questions were asked. So how where do you see matrices in your real life? And give me at least three examples. So I was very confused at that point. Like matrices, we know we all have studied, but in real life or in nature, where did we see? I was completely blank at that question. So yeah, that was the Rohtak interview. So there was continuous like 3 to 4 practical math question. And then I was also asked about my state, at what is the famous artwork, the Chanya Choli that is made, what it is called, and some questions around my state by the other interviewer.
Okay. Okay. So, um, like as you said कि वो mattresses का question आपसे पूछ लिया था. How is it
Yes,
applicable
yes,
in real life? Which is, I think it's difficult to answer. Yes.
yes, yes.
But जब आप इंटरव्यू रूम में जाते हो एंड आपको फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ही ऐसा मिल जाता है ना जिसका आप आंसर नहीं कर पा रहे हो, तो आई
Hmm.
थिंक थ्रू आउट द इंटरव्यू आपके माइंड में वो क्वेश्चन कहीं ना कहीं रहता है, राइट? एंड
Yes,
बिकॉज ऑफ
yes.
दैट एक स्ट्रेस, एक पैनिक जो है वो क्रिएट होता है, एंड मे बी आपका आगे का इंटरव्यू उसकी वजह से खराब होता है, राइट? सो व्हेन इट हैपेंड विद यू, हाउ डिड हाउ डिड यू कीप योर कूल एंड नॉट पैनिक?
Okay. So again, my ritual before going to the interview room, I was third in the row, in the queue for the interview room. So again, I tried to drink some water. Ge- like my go-to thing was I try to make myself as calm as possible. I give myself confidence that yes, preparation is done. Now you just have to go and answer the. It's just like a conversation. But still, there was a bit and after not knowing answer to this question, again, my next two questions were also wrong. So not wrong. One of them I was not able to answer, and one was I was not very confident in that. So yeah, it does impact the further questions in the interview. So there should be enough practice or enough hitting on you in that interview round or mock interview rounds that you get well equipped by going wrong.
Okay,
That your mindset is such that it's okay if I go wrong.
right, they do that.
Students panic a lot if they go wrong. That, oh no, what I have done. So you have to take things lightly there, and it's okay if you go wrong.
Okay, you should not get stuck to that particular question and move
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Okay.
And also one other thing which I noticed during my interview rounds in various colleges, that interviewers are generally not testing your knowledge, that how well or how deep you know this subject. That is a very second priority because that is already tested in the exam that you gave.
Right.
The first thing they are trying to test is your personality, your co-curriculars, how confident are you in yourself. So those are the aspects that they are trying to test.
Right. Right. But okay, Rishi, what happened happened. Even
Yes,
like agar Rohtak nahi, but you are currently studying in Amritsar, which is again a very, very
yes,
good college, right? But I'll ask you one thing, ki IIM Amritsar has a very unique and a different program, right? It is
yes,
like it is called BSQFE program, if I'm not wrong, right?
yes.
So tell us something about this, and like also tell me, like, if someone who is afraid of mathematics, so is it
Mhm.
wrong? Is this the wrong course for them?
Yes, talking about IIM Amritsar's program, it is BSQFE, that stands for Bachelors of Science in Quantitative Finance and Economics. And talking about these two fields, yes, they are very math heavy and quads heavy. You have to subject. There are subjects like calculus, stochastic processes, real analysis, linear algebra, probability. So and it is not like a general BBA course where you have to study all the courses, HROB or marketing. There these are specifically focused on quant finance and economics. And for students who do not like math much, or who do not prefer quants much, I guess this is not perfectly suitable course for them, because students applying to IIM Amritsar should be uh, should be in love with numbers. They should look into numbers and look beyond it also. So yes, I would prefer someone who like math, or who are very good with numbers to come here.
Okay, perfect. And also, Rishi, a lot of students think that cracking an entrance exam is the end of the struggle, right? And
Yes.
college life is just a party kind of thing, right? Especially अगर IIM की बात करोगे ना, तो people do think ना कि IIM join कर लिया अब तो life set है types, ठीक है?
Right, right,
आगे
right.
कुछ struggle है नहीं, right? So अगर आपको मैं बोलूंगी to give them a reality check, आपके लाइक फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर से क्या क्या आपका रूटीन रहा, वर्कलोड लाइक क्या था, कंपटीशन कैसा था वहां पे, सो टेल अस समथिंग अबाउट दैट, लाइक गिव just give the students a reality check.
Yeah, so it is not very cool life, especially in an IIM when you come. Uh, uh, though we are said that once you have done the entrance and cleared interview, you are all set for next 3 to 5 years. But it is not so. Trust me. When you come here, just to give you a gist, we on one day we had a lecture spanning 13 hours in the day. So from 9 a.m. in morning to 10:30 p.m. at night. So that day was fully packed, and not just easy lectures. There were almost three calculus lectures, two probability. So we were bombarded with a lot of things, and we were just given lunch breaks and dinner break. Waki, we had continuous lectures. So yes, it is not to, and also to add on to that, people around you, the competition around you is very rigorous. Like your batchmates are also too good, and they are motivating also. Yes, it is not completely easy or very free flowing here. You have to continuously put in a lot of effort, a lot of hard work in order to stay here also.
Okay, and there must be a lot of committees and clubs also in the college, right? So tell us something about that. What are the different committees, and are you a part of any committee there?
Okay. So coming to clubs and committees, there are almost 10 committees at IIM Amritsar, 8 to 9 clubs and 4 cells. And all, like, the clubs, committees and cells are match your interest wherever whatever interest you have. For example, you are good at sports, you are good at math, you are good at finance or economics. There are clubs and committees that meet your interest. And I am a part of the sports committee. I am the IPM representative of sports committee here. Also, we have formed a math and coding cell, the MAC cell, specifically for the IPM batch this year itself. So that is an IPM specific cell here. And the clubs and committees keep on doing activities and some or the other things that are going on throughout the year. So even that also you have to manage it. Some of them are mandatory, some of them not. So that is also a thing to balance here along with the academics.
Okay. And if we talk about something like other than the academics, so how is your campus life there?
Campus life, I would say, it's very independent. That I would like to use. You can, like, I heard that not every college allows you to go out of your hostel after a specific time.
Yes.
So being everything on campus, hostel and a library, cafeteria, mess, everything. So there is no such restriction. And also the seniors around, MBA seniors around, makes the life very easy for you. They guide you through every step, wherever you get stuck. Your batchmates are such. So campus life becomes very easy, though you have to tackle all of these academics and activities. But having these people around you, doing the same thing, motivating you, the campus life becomes very easy.
All right. So Rishi, before joining the college, what was your expectation? The college life कैसी होगी, and what is the
Mm.
reality now?
Yeah. So I expected to be very opposite of what was now. Even I got a reality check after coming here. So I was expecting very chill life, not क्या क्या ही लोड होगा इतना, अब तो कॉलेज में आ गए क्या ही पढ़ना होगा.
As everyone
And
thinks, yes. God.
yes, as everyone thinks. So even I was of that mindset that you have to just, you can play sports whatever you want, and there is no restriction on your freedom and everything. But coming here, it is very different. It is not as cool, like I mentioned, and not as chill. You are there is at all times some deadline is hovering around you, or some project submission is there around you. So you have to attend lectures and manage all these things. So yes, it was not what I expected at all. After my first month, I had changed completely.
But you're still liking the college life.
Yes, yes, I like the rigor here, and
Nice.
the facility also.
Okay. Rishi, I'll ask you one thing. When you were preparing for IPMAT, um, according to you, what is the most important thing a student should get while the preparation is going on?
While the preparation, in my opinion, the earlier you start, the better it is. And second most thing, you have to dedicate a very disciplined efforts. It's not that you gave 3 mocks on the weekend, and on the weekdays you are focusing on your boards or on some other activities. Less time, but a continuous and a flow effort would be really helpful. Like for example, dedicating every day 4 to 6 to IPMAT prep on only, no other co-curriculars, no, not too rigid though, but it can be flexible enough. But I am talking about a very disciplined approach. It's not that you keep wavering. Someday you give only 1 hour, and someday you cover 4 days work. So
Understood.
that is very important. And another thing which I have seen in my preparation also, and in others preparation also, that we take personal interview as a very light thing. Like it's okay, after clearing the exams हो जाएगा आराम से 1 महीने में, and we'll cram everything up and vomit in the interview. But it's not like that. It's better that I would rather advise to start preparing for the interview along with the IPMET preparation. Less time at the start, though you give only 30-40% time at the along with your IPMET prep. But it's important that you take in interview knowledge also every day. Maybe some GK, some field knowledge, some knowledge about your state.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how important do you think a mentorship is during your preparation?
Mentorship also plays a very important role. So uh, there there can be a case where you are ready to put in a lot of hard work, but the knowing of the correct direction, what should I do next, how should I plan my week, how should I plan my preparation, that all comes from a mentor, a guided mentor who can guide you or form a path for you according to your needs. That is very important.
So I'll just add one thing quickly here. So when you were preparing, Rodha IPMAT, of course, was not there, but Rodha has historically been the giant for CAT preparation for graduates, right? But Rodha has now IPMAT courses also, right, where we are providing everything that you mentioned, like be it personal interview, be it marks, and with that, we're also providing like live and recorded classes. So, how important do you think are the recorded classes? for the students so that they can balance their boards and IPMAT preparation together?
Correct. So, during IPMAT preparation, balancing both is very important because there is also weightage of your board marks in admission process. So yes, having the facility of recorded lectures gives you that flexibility so that whenever you need, you can revisit them and see where you lack or see where you want to see a very different method or a different approach of doing or solving a question. Also, where it helps is in your preparation. For example, there might be board mocks tomorrow or board. You want to focus really on your board exam when it is nearby. So it also provide you an opportunity to revisit after your board so that whatever you have missed, you can get it covered.
Right. And you said that students should start preparing for PIs from the very start of their
Yes,
journey, right?
yes.
So, like most students, as you said, they wait till until they clear the exam, the written exam,
Mhm,
to
mhm.
even think about preparing for interviews, maybe, right? So, why is that a massive mistake?
So getting trained with the questions and expanding your knowledge horizon from the start itself is very important. So let's say you give every day 2 hours or 3 hours for an IPMAT preparation. There should be at least 20 to 30 minutes where you focus on just your interview prep and not about the exam, because there is a very vast field of knowledge and whatever you have done in your 12th, it takes time to revisit them everything. And secondly, there is also the GK part is also very enormous. So what you can do is you can revise every day 10 minutes. You can dedicate to just general knowledge, or read a newspaper, go through some videos or about that. So that the purpose is that at last you don't have to cram everything and then you confuse yourself or get pressurized. Everything would be in your control by the time your interview dates arrive, and you will be much more confident in the later approach. Okay.
Okay, so what should be a 12th grader be doing right now to build their interview profile?
For the interview profile, as I mentioned, general knowledge is a big part in some colleges. The field knowledge is also very important. They should focus on their co-curriculars specifically, because not for just the interview. They would be also useful in their college life, building their CVs, resumes, and for an interview also it builds a very strong profile if you have co-curriculars, a strong background in maybe sports, public speaking, or some MUNs you have done, or whatever co-curriculars you do with your academics, that also creates a very positive and good impression in the minds of interviewers.
Okay. So Rishi, looking at the Rodha IPMAT course curriculum, how relevant do you think it is for the aspirants preparing?
So, yes, I went through the Rodha IPMAT website as well as the YouTube channel.
Mhm.
The free videos in the YouTube channel are really helpful during the last minute prep, or someone who is also starting from scratch. There are structured roadways and paths for them also. Second thing about the paid courses, the one thing that I liked is the guided mentorship that Rodha IPMAT has. So, like I mentioned, the importance of mentorship. It is very helpful when you have a path of your preparation, so that you don't have to worry about what should I do next. You have everything in front of you. You have to just put in effort and hard work to get there.
Right. All right, Rishi. So, eh, like we talked about your preparation, your college life, the IPMAT program, and everything. Now it's time maybe for a fun part, which is a rapid fire round.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll ask you this or that questions. Do not overthink, just answer whatever comes to your mind.
Right.
Okay. All right. So first question is checkmate in chess or a knockout in karate, which feels better?
Knockout in karate.
Okay. The food back home in Rajkot or the famous Amritsari kulcha?
Food back in Rajkot.
All right. Solving a 100-piece DILR puzzle or reading a 1,000-word philosophy passage?
Solving a 100-piece PLF puzzle.
Okay. Late night study sessions or early morning sports practice?
Early morning sports practice.
I knew this. Who is more intimidating, a karate opponent on the mat or an IIM interview panelist?
And I am interview panelist.
Okay. If you had to pick just one favorite subject, uh, will it be finance or economics?
Finance.
All right. One word to describe your first year at IIM Amritsar.
Roller coaster.
Okay, amazing, amazing. Rishi, this was again a fantastic conversation. You showed us that whether it's sports or academics, you can't just play to your strength. You have to face your weaknesses head on, right? And most
Right.
importantly, getting into an IM isn't the finish line. It's the starting line of a much tougher and more rewarding race. Right. Thank you
Correct.
so much for sharing your journey with us today. And if I ask you for like just at the end, one piece of advice if you want to give to the aspirants watching right now.
Yes. So discipline, discipline, and discipline. That's what my mantra was, and I guess that is what will help you all every day and for every practice.
All right. Thank you so much, Rishi, for joining us today.
Thank you for having.
And thank you guys for watching the podcast today. And we'll see you in the next one.